Hi, I'm Dean DiMarzo.
And I'm Tori DiMarzo.
And this is Relatively in Tune, where we talk to creative people and the people close to them. We are just back from a trip across the country. We drove to Texas.
It's not across the country.
Diagonally across the country.
It's down the country in the middle.
You know how people say down the country middle? We drove to Dallas and back for Nerdcore Party Con, a concert I was playing with our guest today, McGwire. So yeah, we drove 26 hours and back, edited some episodes.
Drove 26
I drove 26
hours and
yeah,
back.
Yeah.
I did not drive at all.
You supported us. You
You
chose the podcast sometimes.
I fell asleep a lot.
You fell asleep a lot, which I didn't mind. It's okay. But we had a very good trip. I got to play a really amazing concert, like biggest concert I've ever played in my life, I think. I met so many incredible fans. We did like a whole meet and greet day on the last day where it was just 3 hours of fans coming up to me and signing things. And
crazy experience for sure to like see you. There's a difference between being a celebrity and being like a well-known person via YouTube or something on the internet, because where we live, nobody knows who you are. Nobody comes up and recognizes you, versus like at this particular spot, everyone knew who you were. And it was weird. It was like, not weird in a bad way, just weird.
It's so different. I mean, you see the numbers on the screen, you see the comments, and the comments are wonderful, and I love reading them. But actually then meeting these people face to face it makes it all feel very real and very valid.
Just seeing them react to you in the way that I react to people that I'm a fan of was just so weird. Like, to me, you're just like my like dorky normal husband that we just, sit in our house together all day. Like, it was so odd hearing people say like, you changed my life, you've done things for, like, you saved me.
It's also odd for me to hear that.
Like, you've made me want to do music for a living, and it was really crazy.
Truly surreal.
And I got to meet a lot of your friends too. I thought that was cool, because I never really met any of the people you talk about, and you talk about them all the time. And like, yes, I've seen them on a video, but I don't know. I just like never really interacted with these people. And McGwire is somebody that I met a few times now, so he's like somebody that I feel more comfortable with than some of the newer ones that I just met this time. But it was really neat to be able to talk to him and listen to his story in more of a like controlled, nice environment.
We've had like dinner together.
Yeah, but with like 7 other people there, so
right.
You can't just be like, so what's your life story? I know nothing about you, even though I'm supposed to. Like,
which brings us to our guest today, who is McGwire. McGwire's a nerdcore singer, rapper, all-around incredible musician and artist. He also like animates most of his own videos and stuff too, which I think is not something he like brags about a lot, but he should, because he's really, really good at it. Also, this is fun because it's only the 3rd episode we've ever recorded in person. We recorded 2 podcast episodes on this trip. One was Emily Miller, which came out last week. And then this one with McGwire, we recorded in Dallas the morning after NPC?
Before the meet and greet.
Right. Yeah. Sunday morning. So after he and I had just played a concert, you're going to hear in both of our voices that we're a little spent after screaming for 2 days straight at this awesome festival. But yeah, we got to record this. It is in a hotel room, so the lighting is not incredible. But we had a lot of fun with this episode. So please enjoy this interview with McGwire. He was on stage with the Stipendium at the 2023 Streamy Awards. He has achieved so much. He's an incredible musician. He always elevates every single track I bring him on of my own. He's one of my favorite people to work with. Here is McGwire, joined by his mother, Michelle. Hi, I'm Dean DiMarzo.
And I'm Tori DiMarzo.
And this is Relatively in Tune, where we talk to creative people and the people close to them. Today, our guest is singer, rapper, artist, McGwire, the voice of Nerdcore, joined by his mother, Michelle. Why don't the two of you introduce yourselves?
Hello. My name is McGwire. Yesterday, I went to a Best Buy, and I went to the Mac provider, and I just started asking him questions I knew he didn't know the answer to, just to kind of fuck with him and lower his self-esteem. And this is my mom.
And I'm his mother. That's right.
We also both played a very, very fun concert in the last 2 days called Nerdcore Party Con here in Dallas, Texas, which is why we are in what is very obviously a hotel room and not our usual studio. Mm-hmm. But it was a wonderful, wonderful concert. McGwire put on an incredible show on Friday night, and I put on a passable performance last night.
No, you did
I thought you did very good.
Thank you. But yeah, we took the opportunity here to meet with one of the artists, and this is very exciting, especially someone who had family in town.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is very cool. So yeah, I want to know. First, I want to start with the thing that jumped out at Tori, which made Tori say, we got to get him on. You posted something the other day on that lore post on Twitter.
Yeah.
You were a backup singer for several artists.
And it's been so hard holding this specific important piece of info back from you guys. It was all at the same event.
What?
No, but that's, how did you get that?
I in college, I want to get this info correct because it was for such a good cause. Me and the a cappella group I was in were asked to be a part of this thing called Spark, which is in Richmond, Virginia. I went to VCU, go Rams. And Spark it was a theater program for special needs kids to put on and display their art, physical and performed, and they get this opportunity to sort of create all of this art, and then it's backed up by live art, I believe it's called. And Jason Mraz was there the year that we performed, Sara Bareilles, Michael McDonald, oh my goodness, Josh Groban, Rayvon Owen.
You were there.
I was there.
McGwire.
And we were there to specifically, I searched so hard for the video, but I don't think we ever got a video. I know there's a crappy video out there somewhere,
There
but
is.
we sang with Sara Bareilles like directly. It was us doing her song. Oh my goodness, Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope's one. Yeah.
Kaleidoscope. And then we also did King of Everything. And as a part of the larger Spark group, we did Jason Mraz's new song at the time. And it was unreal. Sara Bareilles was very, very nice, truly super accommodating. Same with Josh Groban and everyone at the Spark team. It was a really cool thing to have happen, like fresh out of college. And I've done a bunch of like wacky little things. I mean, we performed outside the White House in high school.
That's true.
For President Obama.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. So I've done a bunch of wacky little things pre-McGwire that made me enjoy doing what I do today.
So what is that made you get started in music?
Well, my parents, my mom and my dad both worked in radio. So my entire childhood, the radio was just constantly playing because my dad likes the sound of his own voice.
He does. That is a true fact.
I can understand that.
We
I can
also
understand.
had breakfast dance parties every day because I wanted my kids to like go to school like feeling good about the day. So we always
confident too.
right. So
That's great.
Sly and the Family Stone, Dance to the Music was like pretty
huge.
much the go-to. Everybody had a little part that they played.
This all makes so much
God.
sense now. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of that. I couldn't really sing. And the story that I always tell people, and I'm so sorry about this, Mom,
It's true though.
is I was in the bathtub singing up a storm, and my mom, jokingly, of course, went, "Oh my God, my ears are bleeding." And I took
What's that noise? My ears are bleeding.
I took that very personally, so I taught myself how to sing.
I had no idea that, like,
Out
because
of
we
spite.
joked all. He has accomplished so many things. Like, he's so chill. He's accomplished so many things out of spite. It's awesome because it's just that like determination. Don't tell me who I am. You know.
Yeah.
But I get a phone call. He's in 5th grade. And I get a phone call from the school telling me he was in honors choir. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know there were tryouts. Like, I knew nothing about it whatsoever. And that was the start.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a similar story like that. My band was over practicing one day. We were playing some Red Hot Chili Peppers song or something. I was
yeah.
doing the high vocal falsetto thing. And my mom told me afterwards, she's like, I don't think you should sing like that anymore. and now all my biggest songs have falsetto in them. So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Deal
that's
with that.
hilarious.
Take that, Mom.
Your mom's so nice.
yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers was my first concert.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
It was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Gnarls Barkley.
Barkley.
Was the
Oh
opening
my
act.
God. A really
Yes.
crazy lineup.
Mine was O-Town, the boy band for End of the Road. That was the big song. So now we've come. Yeah.
I O-Town, I have the mind of a child, so when you said O-Town, I was like,
He gets that from his dad, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mine was Taylor Swift was opening for Rascal Flatts, and nobody knew
that's
who Taylor
so
Swift
crazy.
Wow.
But that's not even the craziest like early show you saw.
What was the great? What
It was Janelle Monáe
Oh my God.
opening for Paramore,
That was
Holy
after.
shit.
opening for No Doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
But nobody knew who Janelle Monáe was.
I know.
I think
That's
we
so
went
crazy.
to go get food or something. We're like, oh, this is boring.
And years later, I was blasting like the Arc Android, and you're like, "Oh, I've seen her." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was 2 MomoCons ago. We were exiting the venue on a day that we hadn't done anything, and I was like, man, like there was no concerts today. There's nothing happening, and it's right by the Kia Forum, I believe.
Yes.
And we're walking by, and Paramore was playing, and I was like,
Oh,
motherfucker. I could have been closer to Haley Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So close.
And
Yeah.
instead, I'm buying comic books.
My first, this is going to be different bands because I'm a little bit older. So I was 15 and my sister was supposed to be keeping an eye on me and decides to take me into Boston. And we go into this bar, sort of like one of those places, if you know kind of places.
Yep.
And so Aerosmith, before they'd go out on tour, I'm sorry, not Aerosmith, Jay Giles. Before they go out on tour,
Well, now you have to tell the Steven Tyler story.
I will.
So.
But so before they go out on tour, they do all these like little places, and they'd call themselves Jimmy and the Juke Joints, right?
That's
and that's like
cool.
a line in one of his songs or their songs. Yeah. So anyway, we go into this bar, and it was the Jay Giles band, and they like blew the roof off the place. It was so amazing because it was like 300 people. You know,
So cool.
yeah. And like 15-year-old me, I'm like, they think I'm 18. I can drink. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. I want to know, what was music like before releasing music as McGwire?
So I really wanted to be a YouTuber when I was young, and so I would release. I had to release every week because that's what all the greats
Been
did.
there.
Yep.
And so I would release sketches and I would release covers because my high school, they had just built out a recording studio. One of the teachers was so jazzed about the idea of, he's like, let me turn one of the old computer labs into a recording studio. And so he did that, and so I had access to equipment pretty early on, and so I did that, and I did that for a while. I was briefly partners with a video game parody channel called TCS. I believe it was short for the Computing Solution. It was run by this British guy named James, and there are Five Nights at Freddy's parodies out there with my voice on. I was 14, he was 24. We can
I didn't even
unpack
know about that. That's like new facts.
One time I tried to get it from him because it's funny now. It was not funny back in the day. There was a Minecraft parody of Watch Me by Silento that I did, fully 3D animated, that with the comments were so mean that he had to turn off comments and eventually deleted the video.
Oh my God.
I got my first ever death threats from the parody channel. Obviously I never told you about that.
Wow.
But is this a PG show?
You're good.
So the one that sticks with me the most, it was under a parody of Adele, and this I was 15 years old, and this man said, "I can't wait to slit your throat and watch as you gurgle on your blood until you die."
God.
God.
Wow.
That must have been scary at your age.
Yeah, 15.
At 15, it was super wild, but I've been on the internet for so long. I've received so many death threats and all of the manner of the things, and they never mean it. Most of them are usually children.
Exactly.
Right.
And people on the internet, they like to hide behind the internet. And I'm just a guy. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm just trying to be happy. I'm glad that you watched my content long enough to realize that I'm throat gurgleable.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at least you have a good perspective.
Yeah.
That's good.
But then me and James, initially he was like Jack from Nerd Out. So
Okay, cool.
He would bring in singers, and then they would, sing the things that he wrote, and then eventually he's like, let's make a partnership. I co-ran the channel with him in its twilight years because we were a part of an MCN, a multi-channel network. For those of you in the know on YouTube, it was called Freedom. And in 2015, Content ID was introduced to YouTube.
Right.
And so parody songs were getting flagged left and right, and Freedom we got 2 strikes on our channel, and 3 means you're out. And James panicked. He locked me out of the channel, and he pivoted to tech reviews. I hold no ill will against James. I understand why he did it. I still talk to him on Facebook sometimes, but you know, that's why as a 24-year-old, you don't go into business with a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, aren't parodies fair game?
They are, but at the start, it was kind of dicey, and I don't remember if we were making the instrumentals ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. It was a little bit dicey, and he'd been doing it for so long that
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where, yes, it's technically legal if you want to go to court and defend it and pay legal fees, which
Yes.
you don't.
Yeah.
So it's
annoying.
So that was where you started with video game related things.
Yes.
Your first McGwire releases are not directly gaming nerdcore related.
no.
There's a very good cover of Hey Ya on there.
Yeah.
I think this is a setup somehow.
Probably. Yeah. So from there, I wanted to make my own solo music, and I wanted an interesting name to go by. My middle name is McGwire.
Where does that come from? I want to know.
You can tell the story. There is a story.
Yeah, it is a story. So I'm going to have to say the year you were born.
Okay,
Is that okay?
Bleep out my name.
Yeah. Okay. Bleep out his name.
Yeah.
Will do.
McGwire was born in 1998. And I think it was like 1994. His dad's a huge baseball fan. 1994 or so, there was a baseball strike, right? And baseball fans were so angry, and nobody was going back to the ballparks, right? And in 97, going into 98, I'm going to back up 1 second. My mom's maiden name is McNabb. So his middle name was going to be McNabb. Then it's like, I'm pregnant, and Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire go on this run together that was so magical, right? That whole home run thing. And so we just decided, the world was telling us that his name should be McGwire. My mom was so upset. Sorry, Mom. Exactly, but that's how he got his name.
It's close.
It is close.
It's close.
It's their names combined.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
saying.
So yeah, those first songs released as McGwire. Also, I didn't realize you've known. I mean, I guess of course you've known Wolf Boy that long. How long have you guys known each other?
Yeah. So how much of this can I tell? I don't want to air out my friends. So I'll tell the amended version of this story. I was in choir in high school because at that point I had been doing choir for a while. I quite enjoyed it, and I met through. There was like they brought in like a guest singer or whatever. She was like some sort of jazz specialist. She came in absolutely blasted, drunk out of her mind.
To a high school event?
She kept giving us like shoulder massages. It was weird. But I met my friend Aster because in the middle of it, the drunk lady was like, who wants to sing a song? And Aster sang Still Into You by Paramore at somebody the entire time.
That sounds like them.
And so I added them on Facebook, and Aster and Wolf Boy were dating at the time. And so Aster introduced me to Wolf Boy, and then Aster moved high schools a couple of times, and a lot of that went out of my mind. But Wolf Boy was always like one of the people who was really trying to make music work in high school. And so eventually I went to him to sort of mix and master my stuff. So he, from the start of the nerdcore stuff, was, mixing all my stuff. He improved with me. So there was a period of time, because I was living with, we'll get there. I was living with my friend Cam Steady.
We'll get there.
And Wolf wasn't really super up to par. And Cam was like, you got to drop him, man. And then I got a feature with somebody that Wolf really admired when he was a kid. And so he tried really hard on that mix. And then Cam was like, okay. And then he only kept improving. But yeah,
Seriously.
His production's so good.
It's
So good.
I've known him for ages, and he's become just I've believed in his music for so long, and he's become such an incredible talent. I'm proud to call him my friend and hang out with him all the time. And Aster, you're okay too.
that segues nicely into a young man named Video Game Rap Battles,
Yes.
aka Cam Steady.
Yeah.
Looking at the trajectory of your channel, that was your first turn into nerdcore publicly within your channel.
Yes.
And like
was
going
the-
to rapping too, right? Or no?
Yeah, well, there's like one rap track just before that.
Yes, yeah, a lot of the rap tracks I did. I was in the YouTube rap scene, so a lot of the tracks I did there are actually unlisted on my channel because they are not good.
Oh no!
I've got stuff way back there, 2007. You know.
Yeah, I did. There's a scene on YouTube. They called it YouTube rap. It was very
Descriptive.
hippity hoppity. They loved Eminem and the like, and
Lyrical miracle.
yes, essentially. I have a lot of friends from that era, a lot of very talented lyricists, but I don't know. I didn't exactly necessarily fit into that because I didn't listen to Eminem growing up. So I was listening to my dad on the radio.
Yeah, and his dad was like his biggest influence. So I met his dad. I was
met my dad?
in yes.
Okay.
That's just the start. But
Okay.
I met him. I moved to Virginia. I did a year in community college. I wanted to go to UVA. I'd gone to Boston College. Long story. New Orleans in the middle. Came to Virginia. And I met his dad in a class at community college, and he was hilarious. I'm like, this is the funniest person ever. So smart, so funny. I'm like crazed about him. And then he's on the radio, and I didn't realize that. And on like the top rock station in Charlottesville.
Nice.
It's Charlottesville, Virginia, so you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, just like a great guy. Became one of my best friends immediately.
Ooh, friend zoned. That's tough, Mark.
Yeah. But
It worked
then,
out,
like,
it worked out.
you know, it did. It worked out great. We'll go into all the details. Now we're a couple, and he takes me to see P-Funk. He's like
Nice.
so obsessed. He was in promotions in radio. So he'd like do all these huge promotions. Corin Cabshaw, who's now like one of the biggest, music artists. He's the head of Red Light.
He manages the Dave Matthews Band.
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That's her
So-
favorite
And
band.
like Alicia Keys, Dave Matthews is from our town.
Yeah.
What?
I forgot that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you guys ever visit, I can show you all like the Dave Matthews.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Brilliant.
We're gonna
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna come.
Literally
Yeah.
right before you came, I was like, am I gonna get my Dave Matthews tattoo at some point? Literally like 5
we love
minutes
Dave.
before you showed up. So, yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
Top band. For
Yeah,
me, for sure.
yeah. No, I actually wound up when I was in radio, worked with like his whole promotional company as well. So my husband did a lot of work with them in their infancy, and we would go to this place called Max and Tracks, and I remember to this day like P-Funk was so amazing. The place was like so tight that like when the crowd started moving, you ever had that feeling like you're off your feet a little
yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
That's what was going on there.
Wow.
And so influence, the musical influence, it's got.
We'll beep it
Oh,
off.
It's-
sorry about that.
I've been dying up here. P-Funk is what happens after I eat asparagus. Continue.
That's the story.
There you go. That's incredible. Well, you mentioned earlier, I want to hear the Steven Tyler story. What's the
Oh,
Steven Tyler
yes.
story?
Yeah.
It's so good.
You don't have to, but you mentioned it.
Yeah. So Steven Tyler, now I'm living in New Orleans, and I had broken up with my boyfriend, who was the manager of a place on Bourbon Street.
His
Ryan.
loss, am I right?
For sure, America. Anyway, I'd broken up with my boyfriend. Ryan's Irish Pub. It's right on Bourbon Street, right? And it's this Irish bar, and it's got this upstairs bar and then a back bar where you play darts, right? And so Steven and Tyler and like a bunch of the band members had just come out of rehab, so we're all like drinking Diet Cokes and smoking cigarettes. But anyway, I wasn't there quite yet, but they are going to do Ragdoll, that song Ragdoll, and they filmed some of it in this bar, right? So my desperate ex-boyfriend meets Steven Tyler, and he's like, man, you've got to get Michelle here. She's like a big Aerosmith fan, and she broke up with me. And so my phone rings.
This was his move.
Yeah.
My phone rings, and it's like, ring, ring, ring. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, Michelle, this is Steven Tyler, right? I'm here with Paul and blah, 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 right? And I'm on the other end of the phone, and I'm like, yeah, if you're Steven Tyler, I'm Mary Poppins. Like, I so didn't believe any of it. And so Steven Tyler's like trying to convince me he is who he is. And finally he got so aggravated. He was like, we're sending a car for you. Just come down. Paul wants to see you. And so I begrudgingly went down and saw them film that video.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you get back together with him?
No.
Good.
That is so like outgoing on the part of Steven Tyler.
Right?
The man has no time after
No,
one thing. I would
no.
imagine be like, okay, whatever.
To be fair, the guy I was dating was really, he was that guy. Like he could
Yeah.
definitely inspire you to do things you might not otherwise do, for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that is a wild story.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Wow.
I want to know about your background in radio too.
So I was at UVA. And I studied government and foreign affairs and rhetoric and communication.
Cool.
As a double major.
I thought you were like sports reporting.
Well, so that's what I was doing though. So like
Okay.
I always felt like sports and politics, like there's so much similar.
Very similar
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
They both have a ball.
Not as much now because it's yeah. Anyway, so I was doing internships, and one of my internships was with UVA sports. So it was George Welsh and the football team, and it was Jeff Jones and the basketball team. And I was doing camera and sideline stand-up and stuff like that. A couple of my clips wound up on ESPN.
Wow.
And yeah, so it was like really, really fun. But in my mind, I'm like, I want to be Hannah Storm, or like, because there were so few women in sports at the time. So that's my background. And I was at this radio station also doing an internship at the same time. It was the radio station where his dad worked.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you still do it to this day, radio.
No, I actually got out of it in 2019. So yeah, but I still
That's recent,
I
though.
moved over to the advertising side eventually, where like people actually make money.
My brother-in-law does that. He does.
Yeah, and a lot of it. So I moved over to the advertising side. I still have some advertising clients that I do consult with on the side, but
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So I do something else now.
Jumping back to McGwire.
Yeah. Hey, how's it?
Talk about meeting Cam Steady.
This is good content, and I wouldn't share this.
Do you have a very old picture of Cam Steady with
No.
his old hair?
I was
No.
I was a big fan of Cam's in 2014, 2015, and he had a project called Video Game Rap Battles, which is like epic rap battles of history, but with video game characters. And I really wanted on. So in 2014, I sent him an audition.
You still have it?
Yeah, Cam shows it to everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to regret this so bad.
No, you're good.
How old was he when he made those? Because isn't he super young still
Like-
right now? Like,
He was like 12, 13 when he started.
gosh.
It's crazy.
That's what.
I'm a rapper and a
No, you're not.
impressionist, and I'd really love to be in one of your rap battles. I have all the equipment needed.
No, you don't.
I have the studio time.
No, you don't.
So here is my audition as Cole Mraz from the infamous franchise.
Oh my God.
I hope you enjoy.
You won't.
I hope you consider me in the future. Cole Mraz, gonna strike you down.
I can't finish that.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But so I sent him that audition. He ignored it.
He ignored it? He was 12.
Well, I think I sent that when I was 15, so he was 16.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
He probably he probably like listened to a couple seconds of it and he was like, no. And so then in college, I really needed work, and I had video edited for a while. So I located the emails of about 170 different YouTubers, and I shot them an email, and I was like, please let me edit for you. And Cam was amongst them because I remembered. And I got a couple of bites, a couple of near misses. I am glad I did not go follow through with Toby Turner. That was...
Oh, yeah.
And so then like nothing really initially came of all that, and then I had already dropped from college, and I get an email from Cam. He's like, yo, you still need work? And I was like, yes, please. So I edited for him for a while, and then I moved out to Los Angeles to pursue filmmaking. And I just so happened to...
Just quick edit. He moves out to Los Angeles to pursue filmmaking. Meanwhile, like, his whole family is like, why aren't you singing?
I was going to
You
say,
were,
that
like,
came out of left field.
Such
You
a
haven't
good singer.
mentioned-
No, he was like always into film, In the meantime, he's like singing. He's like so talented. No idea where it comes from. Not from me. Definitely not from his dad, who claims to have perfect pitch. Not true. Anyway, yeah, but I knew, like, as a parent, I knew the last thing you want to do as a parent is say, oh, son, you should be a singer, because they'll do exactly the opposite of that. Like, that's like the death knell of anything that you think would be great for your kids. So you just have to sort of like sit back and trust that like it's all going to come together, which fortunately
Yes. Yeah. So I flew out to LA to live there to pursue film. And I happened to move like a block away from Cam.
Wow.
And so he would come over a lot. And I was doing the YouTube rap thing at the time. And he was really instrumental for me in that early period, because he was the only person who very respectfully told me that like what I was doing wasn't good, but I was a good singer. Because everyone else was like, wow, you're rapping so crazy.
I know,
This
it's
is
true.
amazing.
Do you know he just told me that story? I saw him after Friday night's show when
Yeah.
we were hanging out with him.
Yeah, he said, I got burgers with your parents. I was
He
like,
did. It was great. We ran into him at the back. I made friends with people at the venue, and they
my
showed me
God.
this like hole in the wall right behind the factory.
It's good.
It's such a cool bar. And so his dad and I were going to go and just have a drink, and we ran into Cam and hung out with him for a while.
That's so
Gosh,
fun.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam told me I was bad at rapping. And eventually I was like, I think he is right. And so I leaned more into the singing later on. And then I was still trying to pursue filmmaking where I could. And I don't know if you know this, in 2020, there was actually like a little thing that
Disturbance.
happened. Yeah.
No big deal.
And it shut down the entire film industry.
Yeah, a little bit.
And so I was like, shit. I guess I'm going to try to go full tilt with this music thing, because it's like the only other thing I'm good at. And I was working. And Cam was like, why don't you just like do the thing that I'm doing, like the nerdcore thing? And I was like, okay.
And the first song you posted with him is enormous.
Yeah.
Huge jump.
Well, so he, behind the scenes, kind of orchestrated the whole beginning of my career. There was a joke that I was an industry plant amongst the scene, and I was, because my first 5 features were set up by him, and he had all of them community post my songs.
That's huge. That's awesome.
So cool.
And so I kind of just sort of came out of nowhere, and you know, I owe a lot of my career to him. I owe the first half of my career to Astor for introducing me to Wolf Boy, and the second half of my career to Cam. 2 people who will never let me forget it.
Actually, you owe your career to your dad and I, because you wouldn't be here.
I'm gonna
without
say
us.
mom's
Also
right
that,
next
yeah,
to you,
yeah.
maybe.
If anything, I owe my career to Steven Tyler, who was not successfully able to get you back together with your ex, thus leading you to Virginia to get to with
It's a
my
good
dad.
point. Yeah, it's a good point.
I could say I also owe a lot to Cam too, because he called me out to play at MagFest with him a
Yes.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's where I met you.
Yeah.
It's where I really met the whole scene. I was just kind of in my basement for 20 years doing this.
Wow.
And Cam's like, hey, you play guitar, come play some songs for me. And I met everybody, and here we are, and I love it.
Yeah.
I really like some of the songs that you've done in
Yeah.
particular.
The songs you're on of mine are
Yes.
her favorite songs of
Okay.
mine every
because
time
you do a
consistently.
lot of funky soul sound, and it's my favorite thing that you do. And I was wondering if you have any plans to kind of go that route, or like do any songs in that genre.
Yes. Yeah. I love, I mean, my dad was super huge into that sort of early funk sound, like Cameo and like you know, Sly and the Family Stone. And there's a huge one that I am forgetting that he absolutely loves, and I'm never gonna remember. But he was like all of these sort of funk influences. He would like, you know, play them for me in the car over CD, and I have a very deep appreciation for the way that sort of music is expressed. I love just like a deep groove and like, you know, drum pockets and shit like that. And obviously I'm not, like, culture wise, I'm not someone who should be, you know, speaking on the culture of funk, but it's, you know, it's got such a very important and deep rooted culture that obviously I'm never going to try to step on, but that shit sounds so awesome.
It's so
Amazing.
And
yeah.
You have sort of given me the avenue to make those things, because you're able to put together those instrumentals.
That's where I'm coming from. I was in a cover band for like 10 years. We played on cruise ships and bars
That's
and
so
stuff.
awesome.
Oh, wow.
Playing all 70s and 80s, Earth, Wind and Fire, Shaka Khan,
Yes.
Cameo. And the second we did a song together, our first collab, I
Yeah.
think. I had put together an instrumental, and you were like, oh, this is like a cameo thing. I'm like, oh my God, it is. This is Word Up. Yes.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
And that just like clicked for me. So you always know exactly what a song needs to bring it to the next
I
level.
love
So
that.
good.
I love that. Fun fact, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So when I was dating his dad, one thing I loved about him
Oh, you dated my dad?
Yes.
Okay.
Cover your ears. Anyway, one of the things I loved about him is like we would hang out at his place and he would like put on an album, right? And there's like a couple of hits on the album.
Yeah.
He'd always go to like track 5, like some deeper cut, and it would be amazing. And like I said, we were friends for a long time, and that changed the night that he dropped me off, and he goes, I want to play this song for you. It makes me think of you every time I hear it.
Oh.
And it was Be Ever Wonderful by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I have to keep
So-
covering my ears?
You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
give it a listen. It's a beautiful song.
Will.
Yeah.
Will.
And I was born to Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's so cool.
I love Stevie Wonder as well. Stevie Wonder is like a huge sonic influence for me.
Sonic is a huge influence on me. No,
Gotta go fast.
Love it. Love it.
that's great.
Wait. So did you have to answer my question though? Do you think you'll make more songs in that
Absolutely,
genre?
yes. Yeah. I have a song coming out in like a week that is very, very funky, disco-y. I can play it for you after.
Which song is it?
It's the Date Everything song.
Oh, cool. Oh, sick.
But yeah, no, I love like, and you know, anytime Dean teases a funky instrumental, I beg, I plead.
And I always say yes.
Yeah.
McGwire DMs me, he's like, hey, can I be on this? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Please.
It suits your voice. It really
Thank
does.
you.
I want to know what your plans are for the next couple of years. Like, what's the big move you're going to make?
I want to keep improving myself. I want to become a more rounded artist, and I want to start doing more live shows independent of nerdcore, you know, involved in nerdcore. I want to approach the business side of music a lot more now that I've sort of rounded myself more as an artist, because I've seen so many of my friends being so successful and getting so many cool opportunities, and I fucking deserve that.
You do. You so do.
Yeah, you know, I just want to keep improving and getting myself in front of more people and working on myself as a solo artist. I've been working on like a solo non-nerdcore affiliated album for since 2021. Wow. And it is almost done. It should be out in like September. It's called Don't Quit Your Day Job, and I'm dropping it the day I quit my day job in September.
Wow.
That's so exciting.
Now, granted, it's a little bit of a cheese thing because I had a day job that I was writing it for with the intention of quitting and then whatever, and I work this day job because I like it, not because I financially need it. But I feel like for the sake of the marketing,
It works. It's fun.
yeah, I want people to see what I am capable of musically as an individual, and I think I can do that, and I am gonna really just keep moving to do that and just keep having fun along the way.
100%.
So I don't know if it's your observation or not, but one of the things I love about the way that he's approached nerdcore is that he writes things that you can just relate to, you know? And for those who are really passionate about the subject matter, there's going to be something to connect to. But he makes you feel things with his music and his writing, and that's the best music and writing, you know?
Absolutely.
And he's more universal in that regard, and I love that. And I think he's just wired that way. So
Yeah, the way I always describe my approach to nerdcore is I'm essentially making like a soundtrack to clips. I'm trying to like give the energy that when I was a kid, I used to go on YouTube and watch like Naruto clips set to Linkin Park. That's why specifically we're working on a cover of In the End.
Yes.
And I want to set it to like a Naruto thing. And I invoking the energy of just a song to some clips that like makes you feel like yes, you know. I've always loved the idea of even in filmmaking the importance of a soundtrack. Edgar Wright is really good at it. James Gunn also pretty good at it.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's all right. I like the importance of a soundtrack to like, you know, a visual medium is it can add so much to a scene. So I'm trying to sort of invoke that. I take the energy of the character and I'm like, this is a sound that I feel like will embody the energy of the character, and then with these clips will be the, you know, sort of like modern day equivalent of what I felt when I was a kid.
I love that. You're capturing the feeling of it and translating it to another medium. You said you want to do more live shows. I know you like shoot your shot with artists coming to town now and then, going all the way back to shooting your shot with Cam Steady.
Yes.
Like, that is a recurring theme. I know you reached out to Stacey Ryan, who former guest of the show.
Hello, Stacey.
Yes.
He's still here. Available.
I'm still here.
Yes.
Please answer my DM.
You won't be sorry.
He's really good. He's really good. We have no poll with her, right?
Yeah,
That's
no.
putting a good word for her. Michelle, what's one thing you wish the world knew about your son, McGwire?
Okay, well, I don't know if I wish the world knew this or not. But
okay.
I can tell you when he was little, he had a friend named Steven. They were so much fun together. And they had a sleepover at our house, and they both built an entire suit of armor for themselves out of paper and tape.
Yeah.
What?
We did.
Is that all right?
That makes sense. That's
We
perfect.
did do that. Yeah.
What was the end goal of this? What was the utility of
To look fucking sick.
True.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us, McGwire, Michelle. I've been Dean DiMarzo.
And I'm Tori DiMarzo.
This is Relatively in Tune. Thank you so much for watching. You can find us online at Relatively in Tune Pod. You can find McGwire at McGwire Music.
At McGwire Music everywhere, but you can also find me just in the corner of your vision.
At night, mostly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm busy during the day.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
So I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode with McGwire. I want to address, this is one of the first episodes we're trying this, recording a separate intro and outro for this episode, because sometimes we record them way in advance of when they air. We have some episodes we've recorded now that aren't going to be out for like a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because I have so many, I think like 11 or 12 recording in August this month alone. It's, I think, August 3rd right now, August 2nd, 3rd at this moment. And I have, I want to say like 11 episodes this month.
So we're recording these intros and outros as a little way to, give us some time with you guys. Before the episode starts, we like to just hang out with you, catch you up on what we've been doing, what we have coming up next, and also to keep it a little more current. So, we can address anything that's going on right now. If someone has a really cool new album or show going on, we can talk about it at the time of release and not have to guess like 2 months in advance what's going on. So that's a little change we're making on here. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Well, and also to talk about the guest in a more personal way, something that we can do outside of the conversation while they're watching us.
Yeah, not in front of them.
There are certain episodes that like I know the guest very well, and they're like meaningful to me, and
And talking about how important they are to us in front of them is very vulnerable and hard. So we'll do that in the privacy of our own studio here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to McGwire and Michelle for joining us. Next week, we have
Amelia Day.
Yes, we have Amelia Day, who's an incredible singer-songwriter. If you like what you heard, please rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok at Relatively In Tune Pod. And you can also go check out our brand new website, relativelyintunepod.com. It was built by our own Tori DiMarzo with merch she put together. With the logo designed by my sister, Julia DiMarzo. I don't know if we've ever said that outright on here, but yeah, my sister Julia designed this awesome logo that we love. And now you can see it on shirts and pins and coffee mugs and all kinds of cool stuff. I'm gonna pick up some of that for myself.
Yeah, I want the
Like,
mug.
I want the mug.
Even though we have like 4,000 mugs and it takes up like 4 cabinets. Yeah, which we don't use anyway. I don't think you drink coffee or tea.
I don't even drink coffee anymore. You're right.
Well, actually, and I think we're gonna come up with some more designs for that as well. Some
We're gonna do some cute cartoony designs. We're gonna have fun with it.
yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify.
Yeah, please make sure to share with your friends, your family. Ask them to subscribe.
Yeah. And in the meantime, thank you so much. I've been Dean DiMarzo.
And I'm Tori DiMarzo.
This is Relatively in Tune. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.